Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm the director of the Cattery.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm the social media manager, and we work at the Cattery.
We do, which is convenient since I'm the director.
And I do the social media. Glad I'm doing it for the right place. Oh my goodness.
One day we'll get this introduction down.
Nah. I think they like it this way. You never know what we're gonna say next. Today we want to talk to you guys about our permanent residents. We have a handful of them here. This is Dewey. Dewey is our guest today. He's not a permanent resident, right?
We hope. But we love him.
I wish he was. So as a cat shelter, obviously the goal is to adopt the cats out. Sometimes that doesn't happen that way. Sometimes they live here forever. We adopt them. So they still get adopted.
Sometimes they're here forever, but not on purpose.
Right.
Unfortunately, that happens sometimes.
Yes.
But there are some that we have deemed that they will not be adopted.
Yes. Chester. Chester was available for a while. I remember when I first started working here, Chester was technically still available for adoption. He was listed as for adoption. And
Cecily had a best friend in the teen room, and I forget who that was. But she loved this cat, and we were stupid and adopted that cat out, and Cecily was sad. So when she got a new best friend, which was Chester,
yeah,
he sealed his fate. Like, we weren't going to do that to Cecily again.
Yep.
And he's always with her.
He is. And
like,
honestly,
during the photo shoots anyway.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He loves I think he wishes he was the photo shoot main subject sometimes. He just doesn't want to wear the clothes, but he loves to be right in the center of the photo shoots. And she lets him. He's one of the few cats that she allows onto the set. I feel like a lot of the other cats she'll chase off. But, a lot of the other cats are a little bit crazy. Chester's very chill. He knows how to deal with Cecily. He knows how to. I think he understands her. I don't know. He's a sweet boy. He's very gentle. What the heck?
Plus he had so many issues when he was left at our shelter. Mm-hmm. He had a degloved chin.
Poor baby.
And it took several surgeries, and they even tried to sew a button into his chin to get it to heal.
Yeah.
And that almost cost him his life because he got infected.
Aww.
And at that point, we just said, this is the way Chester is.
Yep. That's the way he looks.
Yeah, but
he doesn't look like that anymore.
Then it wasn't. He got all his teeth pulled out, and it somehow went back to normal. We don't know why.
It still hangs a little, but barely.
Yeah.
It's not open like it used to be. It used to look.
Yeah, you could see the red.
Yeah. It used to be so obvious. That's the way I used to draw him, with the red. You could see it. But I don't draw him that way anymore. Now he has a normal mouth, but no teeth. What are you doing, Dewey?
If you hear stuff in the background, it's because Dewey is rummaging through all of our stuff.
What are you doing? Meow.
He's like, don't interrupt me. I'm finding some good stuff here.
Like, Templeton always goes in this box. What's in there?
He's like, I can fit. He's trying to pull a bin out from a shelf to get in it.
Dewey.
Or maybe there's catnip, something in there.
Dewey's available for adoption. Although we will miss him and his craziness. I love Dewey. So yeah, Chester.
Then there's the threesome.
Yes.
The Polly, Jeepers, and Jupiter.
My goodness, those three are so cute. Especially, no offense to Jupiter, but especially Polly and Jeepers. They're so cute. There's going to be a video. If you're actually physically watching this, you're going to want to look right now, because this is a video of Jeepers and Polly that I took on Monday. You're going to die. It's the cutest. Oh my goodness, they just love each other so much. Jupiter, we call Jupiter Polly's girlfriend, but really, honestly, all of them love each other.
Yeah.
Well, both of them love Polly. I don't know if Jeepers loves Jupiter. I don't know.
So Polly used to be in a different threesome.
He did?
It was him,
oh, that's right.
Jupiter, and a tabby cat that I can't remember her name right now. But when we were evacuating for the hurricane,
oh God,
we caught the tabby.
Oh no.
and she was already loaded.
Oh no.
And there were 200 carriers in our mobile clinic, so there was no way to get in there and get her.
Where is she? Sorry, Polly.
But Polly and Jupiter and Jeepers would not be caught. Like, we could not catch them. It was like, we can now, but
at the time,
it was just so. First of all, they were much more feral than they are now.
Yeah,
and
it was several years ago now.
Yeah, it was 2017,
Yep.
and it was pure chaos. And to the cats, anyway, we knew we were supposed to be there and gathering them into crates at 2 a.m, but
why are you here?
But they did not understand.
No,
it wasn't 2 a.m. It was probably 4, though.
That's still really early.
We left before 7.
Oh my goodness!
It took several hours to get them all.
Yeah, I bet.
But they would not be caught, so they had to stay behind, which of course broke our hearts because we had no idea. Obviously, we were, evacuating. We had no idea what was going to happen.
Yep.
And so I just remember the look on Jupiter's face, and I'm sure I read so much into this, but the look on her face was like pure joy that the other girl cat was gone.
I don't have to share Polly anymore.
But thankfully for us, not thankfully for the other places that the hurricane did hit, our shelter was fine and they were fine when we got back. But that left Polly and Jupiter, and then I think it was then that Jeepers started getting more.
Right. He's like, well, guys, there's only 3 of us left. Yeah. Guess we should team up. And Polly's like, you kind of look like my ex. Jeepers is a tabby too. He just traded her in for him.
So Jeepers was originally a tiny little kitten that we caught at our clinic when we were in a different location, and he was so small and he had a huge abscess on his face. So
I actually don't know this story.
Oh,
I've never heard this.
Well, now you will hear it.
I'm excited.
So he was trapped at our other clinic, and we neutered him. It was on a neuter day. Like, we did like 100 neuters that day.
Oh my god.
And we got his abscess. What we thought we got his abscess fixed, and he was in a cage getting, ready for adoption or whatever, and he got another abscess.
Oh my lord.
And he was so feral. We were trying to tame him.
Oh no.
Because he was only like 8 weeks old. He was a baby. We thought we should have been able to tame, but sometimes it's so like ingrained, even at 8 weeks, you can't tame them down. And he had some kind of issue where it was abscesses in his teeth. Wow. Like his little teeth kept getting abscess.
Poor baby.
So he I want to say 3 or 4 times he went back to the vet for that.
Oh my god.
And now a bunch of his teeth have been pulled because later in life he needed more teeth pulled. So that's what he kept having those issues, and he just became a permanent resident.
Yeah. Because
of that and his temperament.
A little spicy. He was very spicy. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time I met Jeepers, I was freaking terrified. I'm not scared of cats. Jeepers scared me. I was scared of him. I remember I'd be in the teen room cleaning, and we used to have these shelves that went above our heads, and Jeepers would always hang out right above my head and just stare me down, like Jeepers Creepers is what I used to call him. He would stare me down the whole time, and I was like, is that cat gonna jump on my head? He looks like so intense. And now he's such a sweet boy. Moving him here though was an adventure.
Yeah, that was fun.
And he got ringworm right as we were moving him over here.
I don't remember that.
Yep, he spent a long time in ringworm because we couldn't put medication on him. He was so freaked out, and I honestly think that he was missing Polly, and he was just so depressed.
Oh, I do remember that now.
He was so depressed. He stopped eating, and we could not medicate this cat. He was insane in that. He was in obviously in ringworm, they're not free roaming. They're in kennels. He was in a kennel, and he was not happy about it. But he did eventually get over ringworm, and he got to go back with Polly. And I wish I had been there when they put him back in the room, because I bet he was so happy because he loves Polly so much. Kind of makes me a little bit misty-eyed thinking about it, because he was so scared in ringworm. And then we put him back, and now he became the sweetest cat after that. Like, seriously, he was getting good right before we put him in ringworm. Then he was like kind of reverted a little bit. We put him back with Polly, and then just bloomed to this amazing cat. Now he's still
is swipey though.
He's still swipey, yeah. I think he still has a little bit of that in there. But for the most part, if you pet Polly, Jeepers will just let you love on him. You just gotta watch him. It's like he has a little switch in his brain. And all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I decided I'm not fine with this. You just gotta keep an eye on him. Read their body language, you know.
Polly came from a bar. One of our supporters caught him at a bar.
Aww.
And he also he was a baby as well, but he just did not tame down like we thought. And
Polly was feral?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I didn't know the story either. I knew he came from a bar though. I didn't know he was spicy.
I don't know that he was spicy,
just scared?
But yeah, just scared
okay.
and wouldn't interact and wouldn't.
Aww. That's so funny. He's the opposite now.
Yeah.
He's such a sweet boy.
Yeah, Scott even picked him up for his video where someone said, you can't pick up the big cats.
That was such a good video. I love that video. I also love the day in the shelter video. That was so awesome. It was so cute. Yeah.
And Jupiter was just part of I believe it said she was part of a hoarding situation.
Yeah.
And sometimes when cats come from that, they're not very socialized.
Yes.
So she's probably the worst one.
Yeah.
As far as socialization goes.
Yeah. Out of all of our permanent residents.
Yeah.
I would say so too.
But those three are super bonded, and
yes,
that's why they're permanent residents.
Exactly.
So you would have to take all three, and because of their like, literally, no offense to anyone out there that thinks that they could handle these cats, there is one person that could adopt them. Mm-hmm. And if she's listening, she knows who she is.
We know who you are. You know you want to take them home, but I would miss them.
I've been working on this for 3 years. Yeah, at least 3 years, because she is she's the person that helped us get them over here, because they were not coming
mm-hmm.
to the new shelter.
Yep. Oh yeah, I remember that was crazy. That was such an adventure. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. And then we talked about Chester, but so he's here because of Cecily, and Cecily is a permanent resident because if you've seen any of her videos, you know how much work she takes on a daily basis.
Yes.
And she still, her health care is not predictable.
Right.
So
we're constantly monitoring her and, you know, keeping tabs on what's going on with her.
I think we finally solved the
butt problem.
The butt problem.
Yeah, it's a million times better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Knock on wood.
Porthos.
Yeah, Porthos has some weird stuff going on that thankfully he hasn't had in like the last year. Knock on wood. But
he looks great.
He went home twice. Look, we knew about the missing fur thing. That's probably just allergies. Mm-hmm. But he's gone home twice, and just random parts of his body will swell up.
Yep. Oh, and yeah, it looks so weird, too.
It looks so weird and uncomfortable. Like, one day he'll just have a really huge leg, or the next day half his face will be swollen.
It's so freaky.
And that never happened here, but both times he went home it happened, and they brought him back because of that, because one person was a student, and she kept she put so much money and effort into this.
Aww.
She took him to the vet every time, because you have to wait for an appointment unless you want to pay an emergency fee,
right? Which is a lot.
By the time, and I will say this has happened to us too, and we get in much faster, but by the time she got him there, the swelling was gone.
Oh my Lord.
And that has also happened to us every time we try to take him in. Mm-hmm. The swelling is gone, so there's no...
Hard to show a vet nothing. Well, he was swollen here. It's like, okay, lady.
It's like when you take the car to the mechanic and say, it sounds like this.
And it won't do it.
And then it doesn't do it.
Yep. Exactly.
So thankfully, he hasn't had either of the issues in the past year, but we're just very wary of sending him home again because of that.
It's stressful. It's stressful for them to move back and forth, and then, you know, having to be returned again. It's stressful on people. Like, we don't want to send home a cat that we well, we know he does this. We don't know if he's gonna do it at your house. Good luck. Bye. You know. Also, we love him. He's so great.
He's a really good kitty.
He really is. Well, we got more. We got Chad and Valencia. They live here too. We kind of talked about them before.
Yeah, they were feral cats. They were in the feral cat fence. Chad was dumped at our shelter. Took us forever to catch him. Valencia was actually another kitten that came in that just wouldn't tame down. They went into our feral area. Like, she hated us. They don't go into our feral area if they're just shy.
No.
Sometimes even if they don't like us, it's fine.
Yes.
As long as they're not, like, attacking us. But
exactly.
Valencia. She was a little dangerous to have inside the shelter.
Yeah.
As was Chad. They would just lash out and stuff.
So hard to imagine that now.
Yeah. So when we also at the old location, they were the only two cats that on their own, in their own little secret ways, could get in and out of the feral fence. So they would go in to eat, and then the rest of the day they would be out.
Even though on your car.
On my car, mostly. My car constantly had little kitty footprints on it.
It was a lot of Valencia.
Yeah. Yeah, we could not keep them in the feral fence. A lot of times we left our laundry room was like attached to the shelter. It was kind of outdoors but indoors. The dryer out the window, and we left it open. Like, we didn't block it so they could get into the laundry room at night because there were coyotes and stuff. Yeah. Like, there was a reason we had an enclosure.
Exactly.
And just didn't let the feral cats be feral cats.
Right.
But yeah, they outsmarted all of the wild animals.
That's amazing.
All the time. So when we came over here, we thought we would have the same problem. So we were trying to train them to come inside at night. Since this was a new area, we didn't know what was out here. Yep. But this is kind of farther out in the country than the other place was. Yeah. And just like we've seen, supposedly there's a bobcat. We have not seen a bobcat. We saw skunks and javelinas.
Raccoons,
and
a lot of those.
Lots of raccoons and just a whole bunch of stuff out here. Snakes, frogs.
Everything.
Everything.
Lots of lizards.
Lots of lizards. Yeah. But anyway, so we were training them to try to be indoor-outdoor cats. Yeah. And we got them into the shelter part, the shelter lobby, and they were in a cage, a rolly cage that we were going to roll out during the day and in at night until they got used to that. And then they never wanted to go out. Yep. So we didn't make them. Nope. And now they're super sweet.
They are. They're so sweet.
Except Valencia, if a kid gets in her face, she will slap the kid.
Well, I don't blame her.
Yeah. You know? And Valencia and Chad love each other so much.
They do.
Though they have not been cuddling as much lately. I wonder if he did something.
Probably. It's probably his fault.
Yeah. And they will get married at some point. They are engaged.
They are. We have a veil and everything. Like, yeah. We've got the stuff. We just gotta wait.
They also both get skin allergies. Valencia is kind of a hot mess. She has all of her teeth. Does she have her fangs? I forget
now. I
don't know. Lots of her teeth are pulled, if not all of them.
Yeah.
She has high blood pressure. She's a tiny little cat. Gosh. She has high blood pressure.
Oh, my Lord.
And skin allergies that we haven't really pinpointed, but it always happens at certain times of the year. So
right now she's kind of balding.
Yeah. And she just doesn't want her wedding pictures to be bad.
We're not doing ugly wedding pictures.
And Chad has the same issues, skin allergies or whatever, that happen at different times of the year, and he has little scabbies right now. So
yeah, they look a little messy. Because we're only gonna get that veil on her once, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah, she has to look good.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get it on her again. So we gotta be quick with our pictures too.
Yeah, she's also one that she's not. I wouldn't say she's feral anymore, but you can't really pick her up
she'll tolerate, like she likes us. She'll hang out with us. She asks for food, but she's not like I'm gonna be in your lap and snuggle with you like Dewey or Chad.
And she knows when she needs to go to the vet somehow. So it's a fight to get.
She gets pre-offended.
Yeah,
like she's offended before you even do anything. She's like, "How dare you?"
So her little 6-pound self, it takes multiple people to get her in a carrier.
She's fast. That's hard to catch. She's squirmy, slippery.
And then there's Dan.
Oh.
Dan arrived at our shelter in a box.
Yes.
So we're not sure how he got his injury, but he has a spinal injury that could have been hit by a car, but he didn't really have any other.
Yeah, there's nothing really
that coincide with that.
Yeah.
So he also takes a lot of work, and he's out of our 3 cats that wear diapers, he's the only one that has to be expressed. So that means we have to help him go potty multiple times a day. And there just aren't a lot of people that are able to do that.
Right.
That have the time in their day to do that. And he gets 2 baths a day at least, sometimes more. And he also has megacolon, so that he almost died one time from it. And so there's just a lot of medical stuff going on with Dan too.
Exactly.
Is that it?
I think so. Is that everybody? Templeton.
Oh, Templeton is he is only a permanent resident because I loved him too much.
There's only one. The only one that we love too much to give away. Well, Laramie.
No. Laramie. Yeah, Laramie, though,
Laramie's
is Dan's friend.
Yeah, that's the newest.
Laramie has been declared a permanent resident because he is Dan's friend.
That's true.
Like, all the other FIP cats they play too rough with Dan.
Yeah.
But he is so considerate.
Laramie is a good boy.
Yeah.
He's really good to Dan, and he lets Dan bite him. And he doesn't retaliate.
Yeah. The other boys, like, I don't think they're mean. No. They're not doing it to be mean.
They're just trying to play.
They're just teenage boys that play too rough. And Laramie is still a bit standoffish.
A little bit.
He did let me pick him up yesterday, but I think I held him for 2 seconds before.
Really?
Which is better than the last time I tried that.
Yeah.
So,
but Dan, I think Dan needed a buddy. You know,
yeah, Dan needs a buddy, just like Cecily.
Exactly. I feel like it's good for him.
Yeah,
it's good for him. Templeton though was the one you loved too much. He was great.
Really good at the store.
He's so great.
We used to send cats to the store one at a time, our thrift shop, to be adopted there. And we adopted out several, and I think it was too much on the staff there. They would get attached to the cat, and then yeah,
they're not adoption counselors.
They're not. Yeah, they don't work at the shelter.
They're not hardened like we are.
So they weren't used to, cats you love going away.
Yeah, I'm not used to it either.
No, we also have a hard time with it, but it happens so much.
Yeah. We're a little desensitized.
Whereas for them, they would have a cat there for 6 months or more.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes less, and then it would get and we just loved him too much. So we're like, no, he's also FIV positive, but that's not the reason. The reason is that we loved him too much.
He's awesome. He really is. And he does really good at the thrift store. People know him. They come in to see him sometimes. Literally, I didn't tell you about this. I was at HEB a couple of weeks ago, and I was wearing my cattery shirt. I don't remember if I'd just been at work or if I was going to work. Maybe I was going. I don't know. I was checking out, and the guy goes, "Oh, you work at the cattery?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I shop at the thrift store all the time. I love Templeton so much. Like, people always talking about Templeton. Like, they know him by name. They're like, I look for him every time I go." It's like, that's really cute. He has to stay. Yeah. Can you imagine the outrage if we adopted him out?
Someone would burn down our thrift shop.
Exactly. We'd get death threats probably. I don't want that. Goodness. Yeah. So I think that's everybody.
That's everybody.
That's everybody I've drawn. I'm like, thank you. That's everybody. So yeah, those are all our permanent residents. In case you didn't know those stories, there's reasons why we have them. We don't keep every cat, I promise. Just those ones.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Ones we wish we would have kept.
Oh my God, Kepler.
Kepler. That's who I was thinking of. There was a little bit of outrage when Kepler got adopted.
I miss Kepler so much. I still think about him all the time. I really do.
Me too.
He was so great. I wonder how he's doing.
And, we're getting to the point where I don't know if we can adopt out Flex. We might as well tell people about Bellamy.
Bellamy.
If you haven't heard,
Bellamy
if you didn't catch the slip in Katie's video, Bellamy came back. They tried very hard, and Bellamy just absolutely hated their dogs.
Aww.
So it wasn't a good situation for the dogs or for Bellamy.
They tried for like 4 months.
Yeah, they tried a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So Bellamy is back.
He's awesome, though. He'll get adopted again unless we adopt him. I'm just planting that now. My little video buddy is back. I still haven't taken him out because I think he needs a little time.
Yeah, he's in the room with Wilson. He's just chilling out.
He's chilling.
Readjusting.
I think he's doing good, though.
Yeah, I mean, not like last time.
Yeah, not like last time. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, that's everybody.
That's everybody.
Wish we kept Kepler.
I really loved Brule.
Oh, Brule.
But she wasn't even close to being a permanent resident.
No, but she was beautiful. She's so sweet.
I loved her. That's why
I have a lot of pictures of her.
She's on the website.
She's
the main picture on the website.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
That was very calculated.
I love her. All right.
Okay. Don't forget to follow us and all that.
Yeah. Follow, like, comment, share. When we have a topic, also please ask us questions. If you have questions, you want our opinions or whatever about cats or the shelter or whatever, just let us know so we can answer you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.